This is Mr. E.R. Bradshaw of Napier Court, Black Lion Road, Southeast 5. He cannot be seen. Now, I'm going to ask him to stand up. Mr. Bradshaw, will you stand up, please? This demonstrates the value of not being seen. This is Mr. Nesbitt of Harlow, Newtown. Mr. Nesbitt, will you stand up, please? Mr. Nesbitt has learnt the first lesson of not being seen, not to stand up. However, he has chosen a very obvious piece of cover.
Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that intro, a little homage to Monty Python's excellent sketch on how not to be seen. I am Mono, and this is a video that I've thought about making for quite a long time now. I think this can help new players specifically quite a lot. And it has to do with how to actually use cover in these maps where there doesn't seem to be any cover. So the point is, like, how do you find cover when there is none? So I'm going to show you guys some clips that I think exemplify the idea that is behind this concept. So you see me here on Foy. We are hiding behind this house. There's Maz, there's Glassman who just got shot. So we can't really move from this position towards where the enemy is because we are gonna get shot. We've tried several times already. They are, waiting for us at the end of the road. They have their own defenses, their own house that they can shoot us from. So I can't even really peek without, getting shot there. So this is a really bad situation. And a lot of players would just say, like, okay, so, drop some smoke and just run for it, right? But if there is an MG there, or if they manage to see you through the smoke, you are gonna die anyway, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop smoke. Celtic here is helping me with the smoke, and I'm just gonna book it to the other side of the road. I do get shot at, but they don't hit me. And look at this position right here. Look at how the terrain is angled. The guys that were shooting at me before cannot shoot at me anymore. And this, guys, is the entire concept behind this video, basically. It's how these minor differences in terrain, which might not seem like much at the start, like it's only, to speak American, it's only a couple of inches. It's like half a meter or something of cover that you have. But that's enough to be able to work with. That's enough to be able to hide your body and get around. And I'm gonna show you guys another clip. This time, this is from Kursk, and I'm actually gonna show you Kursk using the admin camera in just a bit, and we'll go over maybe some other maps as well. But the point here is I'm trying to get to that house to be able to build a garrison behind that house, and I keep constantly getting shot from the right here, from an enemy that's too far away for me to actually see him while I'm trying to run. There I got shot, and I'm gonna get shot again and again and again and again as I try and do this. And obviously, like, this is my first mistake, like just trying to do the same exact thing again when it's obviously not gonna work because there's an enemy clearly pointing at that direction. So what we're gonna do then is we're gonna drop some smoke, and I still run for it. And this is, again, a really bad idea because I do get shot again. So what we end up doing, and how I am able to finally get there, is by using smoke and just going prone. Just by going prone. And it's not the grass that's hiding me here, or at least not fully. Because, chances are the render distance and whatever, you can't rely on the grass. But the elevation, again, look at the elevation here on the ground. I'm constantly going up, and that means that whoever's shooting at me is only going to get a really brief window, if at all, for him to shoot at me as I make my way through this this climb here. And obviously, I do manage to get behind, and we secure the outpost. We put down a garrison, no problem. So now let's go to using the admin camera to check some things out. Alright guys, here we are at Kursk, and I want to focus on this area of the map, which is this side right here. And I see a lot of people fighting from these trenches, like they'll have a garrison there or something. This is, you know, if you have a garrison there, you can, where is it? There you go. You can, you know, move through the trenches onto the buildings. And the problem is, once you're in the trenches, you know, everybody can really shoot at you if they see you and if they're in the buildings. And, you know, I've seen people run across this way to try and get to these houses over there. But basically, yeah, let me draw that for a second. So if that's the trench line and the fight is for those buildings, then something that I see a lot of people do is they will just go through the trench line, and once the trench line is over, they will just, you know, run for it. Run for it here and run for it there and stuff like that. And the problem with that is that, again, you are completely exposed running through this field, right? However, if you come from this side, you can actually, like, there's a longer break here, if you will. You can have a garrison in enemy territory right here, right there, and nobody's gonna be able to see this unless they are on this side. Like, look at where I am. You can place a garrison right here, no problem, and it will not get seen by the enemy. And you then just pop 2 smokes and you make a run for it and you're there. And it is much better to do this than it is to just have a garrison back there and have to run all the way across the trench to do the exact same thing. You can place a garrison right here, and the terrain will hide the garrison, and the only people that are going to be able to see it are people on your side, in terms, you know, if you're playing Russians. And the same goes for other points in the map, like, for example, windmill, right? They say you can see everything from the windmill, and it's partially true. You know, if I'm here, oh man, the speed is like so fast. There we go. If you're around here, you can see pretty much the entire map, right? However, if you're coming from this house, there's a really wide angle that you can take here. There we go. And, you know, not a lot of people are going to be able to shoot at you. I've even, like, built my OP right here to be able to push this house. Sorry, not this house, this area, this windmill and stuff. Again, with how small the OPs are, if you put your OP here, you know, there's not really a lot of people that are going to be seeing it from the windmill. And you need to use these terrain advantages in your advantage almost always in Hell Let Loose. It is quite significant how these slight terrain elevations and differences can actually hide you quite effectively from the enemy. Look at this. If you're here, the only people in windmill that can shoot you have to be on the roof of that house or on that balcony on the windmill or that window, right? Everyone else that is at windmill cannot shoot at you from here. I see a lot of people complaining that Kursk, you know, it's a really open field and you can get shot from anywhere unless you're in the trenches. That is not actually the case. That is not actually the case. There's a lot of different terrain elevations that you can use to your advantage. Look at this. You'll see a lot of people rush into those houses. Let's use the pen again. All right, let's use the pen again. A lot of people will just rush through these hard pieces of cover because they think hard pieces of cover, you know, it's better than not having cover, which is this area right here. But let's check out that area. Let's see what happens. So this area right here, again, you are not going to be able to, nobody's going to shoot at you if you're here, even though you have no cover, right? And you can actually go past if I'm here at the house, they can shoot at me from that greenhouse, that yellow house, everywhere, right? Let's go to this side. And look at that. They can't shoot at you from here, right? If you're hidden here, they cannot shoot at you. And you can actually make your way all over here and they can't shoot at you from those houses, even though there's actually no piece of cover that's hiding you. And if you're going prone, or even if you're crouching, they might even miss you from, you know, the other houses as well. If you're going prone through this area, let's try and do that real quick. If I'm going prone here, like this, they can't actually see me, right? It's gonna be really hard for them to see me, even though, again, I am out in the open with no cover. But that's not actually the case, is it? So yeah, guys, this is basically it. Try and use terrain, even if it's a small gap. Look at here, I can have an OP here, and it's not gonna be a problem unless someone chucks a grenade at it. But you know, they're not gonna be able to see you spawn because of the terrain difference. So yeah, guys, these slight terrain elevation differences make a world of difference in this game, in every single map, and you should learn to use them and think around them, if you will, and not just run from one piece of hardcover onto the next one. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and as always, you know, thank you for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one.